Next tonight here, just days before his trial for contempt of Congress, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon now says he's willing to testify before the January 6th committee. Well, a judge today saying that despite his change of heart, his trial for contempt of Congress will go on. Also tonight, what we learned late today about tomorrow's January 6th hearing, who will now testify, and the other key witness we're expecting to hear from. Rachel Scott on the Hill again tonight.
Tonight, a federal judge appointed by former President Donald Trump refusing to delay the trial of Steve Bannon, despite Bannon's last-minute offer to testify before the January 6th committee. On January 5th, Bannon had urged Trump supporters to head to Washington.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen, okay? It's going to be quite extraordinarily different. And all I can say is strap in.
Why did you blow off Congress?
Bannon has refused to cooperate with the committee, citing executive privilege, even though he had not worked in the White House for years.
And from the start, he said he's willing to comply if they just resolve the privilege issue, which he feels he's bound by.
Now, with the trial just days away, Trump suddenly giving Bannon the green light to testify. But prosecutors fired back, saying Trump's own lawyer told them the former president never actually invoked executive privilege in the first place. Prosecutors insisting the only thing that has really changed is that Bannon's finally about to face the consequences of his decision.
All right, Rachel Scott with us because there were a couple of other major developments. She's live up on the Hill tonight. First of all, Rachel, former Trump White House counsel Pat Cipollone, we know testifying behind closed doors for more than 8 hours on Friday. You reported here on that. I know the committee had wanted to question him for quite some time. What are you learning tonight about what he might have told the committee? And, of course, one of the key questions going forward, did he confirm any of the testimony from that White House aide, Cassidy Hutchinson?
David, we are in fact learning that Pat Cipollone did confirm part of that bombshell testimony from White House aide Cassidy Hutchinson, including that he tried to stop Trump from traveling to the Capitol on January 6th. We were also told that Cipollone was asked behind closed doors about presidential pardons for Republican members of Congress and Trump's false claims about the 2020 election, David.
In the meantime, one more question for you, Rachel, because I know our sources telling our Washington team late today more about tomorrow's January 6th hearing, that it will include testimony from one of the rioters who stormed the Capitol, a man who warned, in his words, of a possible, quote, civil war.
David, and his name is Stephen Ayers, and before he even traveled to Washington, D.C. and stormed the Capitol, he posted on social media highlighting a tweet from former President Donald Trump telling his supporters to be there on January 6th, saying it would be wild. Tomorrow, the committee will try to make the case that Trump's words were a signal to violent extremist groups like the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, David.
All right, Rachel Scott tonight. Rachel, thank you. And, of course, Rachel and our entire political team will be right here with me again tomorrow. ABC News live coverage of the January 6th committee hearing begins at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on ABC.